Hartlove.
Hartlove.
Yep.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Hope Gas Ice Pavilion. I'm joined here today with Andrew Hartlove, sharing the same name today. That's going to be a fun one.
Gotta love it.
Gotta love it. We're here with the West Virginia Mountaineers women's D2 team taking on Miami, Ohio University. These two teams met last night with the Mountaineers coming out with a 3-1 win. It was a really strong game effort. Anything that you're looking forward to, particularly today, out of both teams?
Yeah, you gotta look for a strong performance from McKenna Kelly. She did pretty well last night in the 3-1 victory for the Mountaineers, but you gotta just rely on your fundamentals. You gotta get pucks in deep, gotta play fast, play physical. You just gotta get your fundamentals first and then worry about the score later.
Yeah, 100%. I think that we could be seeing a higher scoring game tonight. I think that they're going to be focused on putting shots on net, and I think we're going to see some more speed through the neutral zone as we're trying to create more plays. And, but like you said, it does have to come down to the fundamentals today. It's going to be a, may the best team take it kind of game, just like it was last night. But I think Miami, Ohio is going to be looking to come out with a little bit more fire today, maybe score a couple more goals and get some more opportunities today. So it'll be what we're going to be looking for today. There's lots of skill on both sides, and we've got puck drop in about 3.5 minutes, so we'll be back momentarily with that. we welcome you back up to the broadcast as we are moments away from puck drop here in the Hope Gas Ice Pavilion. I got to tell you, I'm excited for this game. I think we're going to be in for a good one. I think there's going to be a lot of action, I'm hoping for a high-scoring game, and I think we're going to be in for a good one.
Yeah, it should be a very, very good one. These two teams met last night, so a lot of fireworks happened there. 3 goals for West Virginia, 1 for the Red Hawks of Miami, Ohio. Three different goal scorers for West Virginia: Kylie McKenzie, Gwen Lambert, and Kylie Crabb, all having goals there. 2 first goals for the Mountaineers: Gwen Lambert and Kylie Crabb getting their first of the seasons, all of them respectfully, and Kylie McKenzie getting her 3rd last night. So not a lot of penalties last night, so you very good with that.
You know, that is one thing I am going to comment on. I was at the game last night working down in the PA booth, and there should have been more penalties. So I'm interested to see how this game is going to be called. We have new referees, so I'm interested to see how that's going to go with the penalty situation. There was definitely some cross checks and some hooks and trips that probably should have been called, but to no avail as we are underway here. But it is going to be one thing that we can look out for here as Miami takes it in their own zone and stop behind the net. They're going to dump that one back down in. It's going to be scooped up by number 6, Alyssa Craig. She's going to hold it along the boards. Pass to the front, not quite make it there. West Virginia's got to look to get this one out in a dangerous spot. Breakout there is going to go all the way down for icing.
It was a good pass from Kira Ohan, trying to get that breakout pass in the neutral zone. It just turns out it was just a little not enough, and it went through the receiver's legs. And,
you know,
icing.
They always talk about those through passes, and there was definitely the right idea there. Just not quite ready for it. You got to make sure you have your head up, stick down on the ice, and you got to make sure that when you're the passer, you're getting it out in front to your recipient.
If you're going to miss them long.
Exactly. You can always skate to catch up to it and hope to avoid that icing. Instead, you're stuck in the defensive zone now, trying to get the puck out. Nice shot there. That one just went wide. That was Grace Ulrich there. As here's Kylie McKenzie.
Yeah, I think she was just a little out of gas there. She
little bit.
Want to get the change in. Just dump and change. Nothing
say,
bad about that.
Dump and change, whatever you need to do. So Miami dumps that one into the zone. It's going to be rimmed around the board. That's going to be to number 11, Delaney. Oh, pardon me. Nope. As Miami dumps that one in, they're going to chase after it. It's going to be number 9, Claudia Ketwig, chasing after that one. More puck possession behind the net for Miami. That one's going to be tipped loose in front of the net.
I don't think the keeper knew where that was.
Most definitely not. That's a really tough one to follow.
Can't exactly get the name on the keeper for West Virginia.
Nice blocker stop there. Put that one in the corner.
And the play is just going to be blown dead here in the crease here. It's going to make a defensive zone face-off for the Mountaineers. Definitely cannot complain about how the Mountaineers has opened up this game against the Red Hawks of Miami, Ohio, as we're still trying to figure out who the goalkeeper is for the Mountaineers. Then we'll get that number for you momentarily. But it is a nice onside play for West Virginia. They come and break in on the corner, far corner. It's number 4 coming in.
Got to win these board battles are going to be really important here, as they're going to try and scoop this one out, maybe play it back to the point or back behind the net. It's very loose right now, but Miami player's going to put it right up to the point for Hewitt. Hewitt takes a shot on net, and that one's swallowed up there. Nice snag there.
It's a great shot from Hewitt out here from the blue line. You saw it sail.
Oh, yeah.
Right. It was a great line there, but the goalkeeper just was right there, had it pretty much the entire way it was in the air.
Miami's going to take this one up the boards, look to move, drive to the middle.
Good poke check here in the neutral zone. Now it's going to turn into a
possible break. Oh, just couldn't quite poke that one through the legs, as Miami's going to be here on the opposite rush. Loses that one a little bit in the middle, but it's going to, and that's going to be an arm up by the referee. That's going to be a tripping penalty on West Virginia.
Yeah, that's going to be called every time.
Every day of the week. You're not going to get away with that. No matter how much the refs want to let the players play and they don't want to interrupt the play, Hewitt is going to head to the box for the result of that tripping penalty.
Yeah, the puck was nowhere close. You can't really give the argument that the player was playing for the puck. That was all skate there, and now the West Virginia Mountaineers are going to be on the penalty kill for the next 2 minutes.
You know, and there always is the opportunity to have a shorthanded goal. You know, you never know. Especially you catch someone that you catch. You know, the Mountaineers, they could catch a player kind of cherry picking around the blue or red line even. You know, you can't disengage yourself from the play, but it's always good to get a clear like that, and you can have your forechecker in the zone hard right there. And look, that's going to be a possession gained right there. And if anything, it's just a good time killer on the penalty. That one's once again really solid play there. Nice job to kill some time off that penalty. Force Miami to regroup as they're bringing it down into the zone. They're going to drop it back to the point. It's going to be whacked at. Still held in at the point there by Miami, as we're going to have a nice shot there from the point that's going to be blockered away.
Shot's going to go wide.
Going to be taken behind the net. Looks like they're going to play it back up. They're going to swap positions there, as that's going to be Paige Mellicant with the puck behind the net. She's going to look to play that one in front, but it's going to squirt out of the zone, and that's going to be a nice break for the Mountaineers.
A good breath of fresh air, too. Was in the defensive zone for a good maybe 30 or 40 seconds out there, and got to get a good change in.
That's not what you want. You know, the last thing you want is just be hemmed in your own zone. So it's when you don't even have to do anything, the other team does work for you by letting that puck trickle out. You never say no to that. There's going to be 2 trips there. None are intentional. There's going to be no penalty on the play. It was more of a bump in and then a fall, lose the blades from underneath you. No calls on the play there. That's the right call. It's going to be scooped up by the Miami player. They're going to dump that one back down. Looks to play to the slot. Shot's going to be blocked there. Nice stick in the lane. That one's going to be held in. And that shot's going to go high over the net. Good possession time by Miami, but the penalty for West Virginia is now over. They're going to look to get out of the zone and get a change. They've got some tired girls on the ice.
Got to get a change here quick if you're the Red Hawks.
There we go. And that's what you want right there. Spring a break, and your defenseman can get off for a change.
Rebound.
Great play there. A hard shot on net. Potential rebound. Just couldn't quite put that one away, as the Miami player is going to dump that one in and head off for a change. West Virginia is going to look to gain possession behind the net, as there's a board tie-up.
Good pickup by Lambert here in the middle. She's going to have a home run pass.
That's a real great stretch pass. It's going to be called offsides.
That's just barely offside. It was a great look from Lambert here in the defensive zone. She has a home run pass all the way up here to an open offender up here, almost in the offensive zone, but it's just barely offsides. And if that wasn't offsides, you might have had a 1-on-0 with the goalkeeper. That might have had a really good offensive break here for West Virginia.
Yeah, like you said, it's a great heads-up pass. Just couldn't quite keep track of the blue line there and got in front of it.
And that's going to happen.
100%. I got called for my fair share of those. It took me years to figure out the offsides rule. I remember my dad yelling at me after every single game because I would get called offsides like 3 times a game.
just want to get into the offensive zone, but
What's wrong with a little cherry picking? I don't quite understand, you know? That pass through the neutral zone is going to be swallowed up by the Miami player. As we're going to have an icing on the play, and it's going to head back into the West Virginia defensive zone. Still tied here at 0 apiece with 13-18 left. Been seeing some good offensive chances for both teams. Miami especially has been getting a lot of opportunities in the slot, something that West Virginia needs to clean up a little bit. They just don't want to let their opponent be able to walk straight through the slot. Because that one's going to be a Miami face-off win. So they're going to bring this one along through the center. Lost it for a second. It's going to be whacked at by the West Virginia forward.
that's a good keep there.
And that one will be swallowed up and stopped by Brunetto.
You know, you gotta like the effort from Miami, Ohio's Paige Mellicant, pretty much dancing throughout the defensive zone like no one was watching, and she's making offensive chances. The center, and I'm wondering if she's gonna be the maybe the guilty party to get their first goal there.
Yeah, she could be the icebreaker in this game. Definitely, I would say Miami has been buzzing around in the offensive zone, which is something they've got to be happy about. But we're still, we're not even halfway through this period. It might take a little bit for everyone to get their skating legs underneath them. They had a hard game last night, so we'll just have to see how things turn out. But regardless, it's been a good start for Miami, and I think West Virginia's going to push for a little more offense after another clean face-off win from the Miami center.
Well, last night the first goal wasn't scored until 10:13 into the match.
That is correct, yes.
So we might be waiting here for a little while, but
the goals will come regardless.
the goals will come.
As West Virginia is still struggling to get the puck out of their own zone. They're putting plenty of pressure on the Miami defensemen, but they just can't quite get the puck to go out. As once again, it's kept in. And a little
Good.
pushing and shoving along here
Good battle
along
here,
the
yeah.
boards. That was O'Donnell and McKenzie along the boards, kind of getting into it. Here we go. Couldn't quite catch up to that one, but we could have a break here. Not quite.
You had almost a 1-on-0 there. If you had a few more strides in there, had a little bit more velocity, you could have gone into the zone almost alone.
Oh yeah, Hunter. It's that
Oh,
one
there you
little
go.
heads-up play, but we got nice, almost to the slot pass right there. Couldn't quite find him. As Miami's going to come now the other way. Dump that one in and head off for a change. West Virginia can take a second now, try and regroup, but they've got to get it out of their own zone clean. They don't want to get hemmed in back here.
Like that. Oh my, now it's
That one's going to go off the side of the net. You just got to have those heads-up passing plays. You got to know where you want to put the puck before you're just slinging it through the middle of the ice right there. That's not what you want to be doing.
It's an interesting formation here for the Red Hawks. It seems like they're playing one defenseman. It's like a 1-3-1 kind of formation.
It's definitely an interesting one. I think the main structure is they're trying to go a 1-2-2 with a hard forechecker going in deep. But it's very easy to lose sight of the formation when the plays are, when you're kind of buzzing in the offensive zone, or you might be even hemmed in the defensive zone. It's easy to lose the structure. So it's going to be important that West Virginia can maintain their defensive zone structure, while Miami is definitely going to want to try and maintain that 1-2-2 structure that it appears that they're running.
West Virginia here in the offensive zone.
Miami's going to control that one.
Oh my. Great pass here for Miami, Ohio.
Yeah,
almost
really
offside.
Strong heads-up pass there, and then Nice shot there, and an even better save by Brunetto, as she says no thank you on that one.
Yeah, Miami, Ohio finds themselves almost a 3-on-2 there. He had a great pass or shoot decision there. She decided to shoot, and it was a great shot. It was a smart shot too, but the goalie said no thank you, sir. Or ma'am, I should say.
That one's going to be pinned along the boards as West Virginia's going to scoop that one up. Look to get out of the zone here. Don't want to lose possession of it now. Nice. Almost a great pass through the neutral zone. Just couldn't quite snag that one, and that's going to go all the way down for icing.
And that's something that we've talked about earlier on in the broadcast. If you're going to miss them long.
Right.
And that pass, it was behind them. It was behind the girl. I mean, I feel like up here in the neutral zone, you kind of can't do anything about that. In actuality, that could be extremely dangerous. Over here, I don't want to call it a suicide pass, but still, that could have been extremely dangerous for the receiving player.
Yeah, it's definitely hard. I think West Virginia's just been having some troubles in the defensive zone, so they're trying these stretch passes to try and find an open forward, but it just makes it hard if the passes are not absolutely perfect. You know, they're looking for tape to tape, but you can't always get that, and so then it leads to some hard stretch passes. And good blocker there. It's going to be sent to the other corner.
She's going to find no help there, and Red Hawks are just going to say thank you very much, and we'll have the puck here in your offensive zone. But
here we go.
Into a 2-on-2 going the other way.
Too big of a touch right there. They're going to send that one to the other side, dump that one in, and head off for a change. West Virginia's going to wind it up. That one not quite going to get all the way into the zone, but it's going to stay in off of a blocked zone exit. That one's now going to get flipped out.
You got an open player on the other side of the ice. And now it's going to turn into a breakaway, maybe.
Had a good idea there to wind that one up and try and get it out, but wasn't quite going to go. That one goes well wide of the net. They're going to switch directions, try and find an open lane to get this one out. It's going to be cycled down. It's going to be scooped up by the Miami player, and it's going to be passed right into the slot. Nice stick there to put that one to the corner by Brunetto. That one's going to be whipped around the net. It's going to be held in by the Miami defenseman. It's going to be whipped right back around to the other side. Got to get battled along the boards. And now West Virginia's going to take this one up along the board. They've got good speed. Kylie McKenzie, she can move. She's going to be hit hard into the boards right there. And then that's going to be a cross check. There's going to be an arm up in the air.
Yeah, that's going to get called every time. Puck was nowhere close to the player, and she comes in almost the stick parallel to the ice. That's what the referees are going to look for every time. And if the stick is there, then you're going to get called for a cross check. And honestly, I'm surprised that wasn't called for a hit from behind, because that could have been extremely dangerous. You have that 3 or 4 feet away from the boards, and you hit her right from behind. I'm interested to see if that's going to be a 2 for cross-checking, or if it's a 2 and 10 for hit from behind.
We'll see what it comes out to be. The ref didn't spend too long talking to our statistician nor either coach looking for a explanation on the call. The call spoke for itself. We'll wait for the official word from our PA. But regardless, it's going to be a Miami power play, as that one's going to get squirt out to center ice. It's going to be a 2-minute for roughing, if I heard that correctly. 2 minutes for something.
I'd agree with that. I'd agree with the roughing call.
That one's going to be loose in front of the net. It's going to be scooped up. They could have a break here.
Yeah, that's going to be a roughing call on number 77, Kylie Crabb, a scorer from last night's game.
Miami's going to hold this one. They're going to enter the zone pretty cleanly, but it's going to get lost along the boards. West Virginia's got a little bit of time to let that one go out, and that will not quite escape the zone. They've got to watch their men here. Make sure they don't allow. Nice play right there. That's a great heads-up play there. That's number 25, Lucy Hollingsworth.
Yep, that's exactly what you got to do there. If you intercept a play, just Amazon Prime that 2-day shipping right across the ice.
I think you got to go overnight shipping. I mean,
at that point, yeah.
Then you force the Miami players to head out for a change. You can get a change for yourself and
get fresh legs on the ice.
Get fresh legs on the ice. Look to kill off the rest of this penalty. That's going to be banked along the boards. Couldn't quite catch up to that was O'Donnell. As they're going to walk into the slot, number 16 for Miami. That one shot wide. It's going to be caught in the feet. They're battling for it. It's going to be scooped up by the Miami player, and they're going to put that one right in front. No one's ready for it. And that one's going to go to the other side of the net. Bump back down. Puck hit off the skate there of the West Virginia forward. They still can't quite get it out. Penalty is over. West Virginia is back to 5-on-5. That's a good stick lift there. That was Crabb, just came out of the box. And now Quirin coming after the puck. Couldn't quite snag that one away from Miami defender. It's going to be regained. Nice job again there. Don't let that one go out. Nice drop pass.
Good key from Crabb.
And a good pressure in the offensive zone there. Looked to be snagged up high there. No call on the play. As it's going to go all the way back down. It's going to be banked off the board there. West Virginia battling for it. A little bit of a push offensively since they've gotten out of this box, and they've looked to be able to lengthen out their play a little bit more. That one's going to be hit along the boards. It's going to be dumped in. That's going to be icing on the play. Yep. No one made contact with that puck. It's going to head to the West Virginia offensive zone.
There's two Miami, Ohio players, or I think they allowed one to change, or either it was a 1-and-1 kind of exchange there, but West Virginia can change, Miami cannot.
Big face-off win. It's going to be critical on here. You've got the opportunity to go up 1-0 towards the end of this first period. Couldn't quite grab that one as Miami's going to take possession of it, but they're going to stop it along the boards, leave an opportunity there to pass it out front, and it's just going to go out. Really nice heads-up play. It's hard to play from your knees, but a solid play right there. And then a good play by Brunetto to put that one in. It's going to trickle all the way down. The Miami goalie looks like they're going to take a whack at it. Nice pass there. Hopefully they can try and get that one out of the zone, but it's going to be hemmed in by the Mountaineers. Bouncing puck, it's going to come out of the zone. Defense gains control of it, and they're going to skate it on through the neutral zone as a crashing Miami player puts a dent in that. Kelly is going to dump that one in. Nice play there by the Miami player to grab that one within the skates, and now she's flying up the boards. That's Paige Mellicant. We commented on her earlier. She's had a solid start to this game, but here comes West Virginia. That one's going to be broken up in the neutral zone. And now regained possession. Kelly takes a shot into the body of the Miami player. Nice block by her.
That was Sophia Fantoni.
Another play there. It's going to be regained. Really nice job by West Virginia in these last 5 minutes. Just they've held possession a lot better. There's still a couple miscues, but they've looked a lot quicker in the offensive zone. They play every team's going to play their best hockey when they're not hemmed in their own neutral zone, or in their own defensive zone, pardon me. And that's what they're doing right now. They're doing very nice. They're doing very well, but here comes Miami. Nice save there by Brunetto. Blockered that one away. That's a very reactionary save. And that one's going to go out. Miami's going to have to regroup before they go back in. That was going to be dumped in by number 16, Anna Zahoran. That one's going to be played out. Oh, never mind. Kept in. Looked like it didn't quite go out. Nice call on that one.
No, that was a really good heads-up play by the back linesman here. Or I guess it'd be a referee because we only have two referees tonight.
We do only have two referees.
So I guess there's a linesman and referee is one and the same. Regardless of title, it's a great call. Very close to offsides, but that's an offsides call nonetheless.
Yeah, got to give the referees credit in this game. We had two referees last night and two referees for this game. definitely hard when there's only two of you out there. One person has to hang back, the other one has to be watching. But regardless, you both have to listen to what the other one says. If one says there's a penalty and they're the ones that are further back, regardless, it's a penalty no matter what. So,
Right.
you know, they both got to have their heads on a swivel, make sure nothing's happening behind them.
You basically got to do the jobs of two people in one person. So
Exactly.
very, very hard job the referees have, but now it turns into a West Virginia offensive zone faceoff.
That one's going to be tied up and played back to the point. Got some offensive opportunity there as that one's going to be scooped back up, put on net, but it's going to be picked up in the defensive zone. It's going to be skated out. That's number 11. That's Delaney Burke. And a good stick in the lane right there, but it's going to be scooped up by the Miami player, and that's going to go high and wide. Goodness. Pass to the slot. Nice stick there. Had about 3 girls around her, and then we're going to go down. It should be a tripping on Miami. Tripping, holding.
I think it will be.
No, it's going to be on West Virginia. I'm not too sure how, if I'm being honest with you.
It looks like 77.
I mean, there was a
Crab
tie-up.
again.
It
Might
was-
go to the. No, it's going to be McKenzie going to the box.
You know, I don't quite understand that play 100%. It was just a tie-up. I didn't see anyone really getting into the other person or specifically bringing another person down. But regardless, call by the referee stands.
This is something that West Virginia sort of struggled with last night. They had a few. The Redhawks didn't commit a penalty, so the Redhawks didn't see any of the power play the Mountaineers had to offer. But now the Mountaineer penalty kill is going to get the spotlight here.
Yeah, she sure is.
And we're going to get the call here momentarily. It's going to be hooking on number 61, Kylie McKenzie. So that'll bring us over into the third period. Now, if I were Miami, Ohio, there's 21 seconds left. I'd say put 6 skaters out there.
You know, I would agree for the most part. You don't have a lot to lose. The only thing I'd say is, you know, it is the first period. It's definitely a risky move. One good dump out could lead to a goal, as a nice stick in the.
That's true.
Nice stick's going to put that one to the back of the net. Pardon me, behind the net, not the back of the net. That would be a goal.
I've seen it happen in the NHL a few times.
It's definitely a risky move, and it's one that I always respect. As here comes West Virginia. It's going to be Kelly dumping that one in right before the period ends. And that will do it for our first period. We are still tied 0 apiece as West Virginia is going to start the next period in the box as we're going to go to our only ice cut of the game. So we will be back in just under 15 minutes to bring you second period action. And we welcome you back as we're moments away from the start of our second period. We are still tied 0-0 with West Virginia and Miami University of Ohio. It's been a good game so far. West Virginia was a little slow to get started, but the game has definitely picked up. I think West Virginia has looked a lot more sound in their defensive zone. They've gotten better at getting the pucks out quicker, and there's been a lot more chances for them. It's going to be about crisp passes, though. We don't want to see as many passes that are going to lead to icings. A good stretch pass can always be appreciated, but we don't want to see too much of it that leads to an icing and going back to our defensive zone. Anything else that you're looking for in the second period?
Well, you're starting off the period 5-on-4.
Correct.
If you're West Virginia, you definitely want to cut down on the amount of penalties that you commit throughout the match. It is something that they struggled with last night, and
right.
I think the trend is still trending here tonight at the Hope Gas Ice Pavilion. You definitely want to cut down on those and definitely start, capitalizing on these chances that the Redhawks are giving you, which are, if you look at it at a 30,000-foot level, you're getting small chances every now and then. It's just these small miscues that happen. They start to add up over time.
Exactly.
So you definitely have to capitalize on those on the small wins. Winning battles in the corners, getting those passes crisp, tape to tape throughout the thing, getting a clean break in. All these things. You have to get those small wins first before you can start worrying about the scoreboard.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Those little things, they will add up, and you just have to be able to capitalize on those. And one team is going to find themselves going up eventually, most likely off of a small turnover, a small mistake, and it's just going to be a matter of who can capitalize on that first and who can sustain that throughout the rest of the game. And as I say that, we are underway as Miami is going to take this one into the zone. They're going to put that one along the boards and then pass that one back up to the point. They're going to whip that one back down, and they're going to be a shot on net. Nice save there. That one's going to squirt back out. That one's going to be blocked there. They're going to rush down for that one. There's going to be no icing as the West Virginia Mountaineer is still in the penalty box. Miami's going to have a quick turnaround, and they're going to be back into the West Virginia zone. They're going to leave that one at the point, drop that one off. Bank that one along the boards, and that's going to be a good stick in the lane there. It's going to be in the feet, lost it for a second. Now it's going to be hemmed in along the boards. Miami player takes a tumble right there. That one's going to be lightly put along the boards. They're going to drop that one back, right back to the point. They're going to put that one to the other side, and then they're going to set it for a one-timer. Never mind, they're going to walk that one in, put that one on net. Nice save there by Brunetto. That was a reactionary save. Looked like it might have caught in his stick on the way to her. Miami's going to have to regroup back in there in the neutral zone as the penalty is coming to an end.
It's a good kill from the Mountaineers.
Yeah, very good kill. As that one nicely tracked there by Brunetto. She's made some really key saves at the start of this period. As McKenzie's going to whack down on that one. That one's not going to be able to come out of the zone. Miami's going to keep West Virginia in their own defensive zone. Swing and a miss on that one, but still going to stay in there. Going to dump that one back down along the boards, leave that one in the slot. They've got an open player and a nice stick in the lane, and that one's going to trickle out. Here comes number 61, Kylie McKenzie. Lost that one in her feet a little bit. That one's going to be whacked on out of the Mountaineer offensive zone. And now it's going to be number 6, Alyssa Craig. She's going to take that one, looks to pass it to the slot, couldn't quite get that one to go through. It's going to be stopped alongside the net. It's going to be loose, and it's going to go all the way along to the other side. Put back up to the point. Nice block there. That was Crab right there who blocked that one. It's going to be held by Paige Mellencamp. Heard that name a lot today. She's going to put that one on net. Another save. It's going to go right out into the slot. Miami's still going to keep possession of it. They're going to put that one along the boards. It's going to be dumped down into the deep end. They're going to bring it back in the middle of the zone, and that one is still going to stay in the zone. The referee says it did not go out. Board battle here. West Virginia needs to get this puck out, and they still quite can't get it out.
Very risky change for the Mountaineers,
Here we go. They've got McKenzie in the middle, and then they've got Kelly streaking after it. Couldn't quite catch up to that one. Outstretched stick just wasn't quite long enough, but a nice heads-up interception there from O'Donnell. She's going to whip that one to her defensive partner, and they're going to get that one out. Nice exit from the defensive zone. That's what the Mountaineers need right now. Nice job by the Miami defender, though, to cut the angle off on that one. Mountaineers forced to regroup on the play. Got to look for options there. They're going to give that one. It's going to stay in the zone. It's in the referee's feet. Thank you, Mr. Referee. And that one's going to be played out. Miami on the rush now. It's a 2-on-2 with some defense reinforcements incoming. Loose in front of the net. It's going to be whacked at. That one, it went out of the zone. The referee said it didn't. That one's going to be played through the slot. No contact from the Miami on that one. It's still going to be kept in. Look to get the shot in, but a good stick in the lane blocked that. It's still number 12. That's Abby Sella on the puck as the Mountaineers are going to look to get this one out. Nice breakout with some speed. Here comes number 10. She whips a shot from a decent amount back. Miami's going to regroup behind the net. Mountaineers should look to try and get some pressure here, but instead it's going to be Miami try and dump that one in. It's going to get kept in the zone. Dumped in. It's going to be held along the boards as Quirin is going to turn that one over. It's going to be loose for number 9. She's been all over in this play. That's Claudia Ketwig. Tied up along the boards right now. Reinforcements coming in to jam at that puck. Looking for the opportunity. No one's home right there. And they're going to bring this one out. Little dump out. Got to skate for it. We got some tired people on the ice right now.
Yeah, you got to get a change here quick. Something that I've noticed for West Virginia, it seems like they're rushing right now. They want to get something going but can't really do it. But the only simple answer to that would be to slow down, get your passes crisp, make sure you're looking up and not passing it in the middle of the ice. That's how you lead to turnovers.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's just hard when the Miami players, they are buzzing around the ice. You want to try and slow the play down a little bit, focus on the crisp passes, but you also cannot afford to take too long, and that's what Miami is taking advantage of right now is shot on net to weak shot. And a nice cover up there by Brunetto. She's going to slow that play down. That's one of our first stoppages of the play, right, of the period.
Yeah, that's almost a 6-minute play stand. It's got to be tiring because you're in your defensive zone for so long. It's hard to get those changes in, and you can't throw it down the ice. So it's a very interesting tightrope act as a Mountaineer player is chasing after her stick while the puck is in the defensive zone.
Yeah, 100%. And that one's going to be icing there. McKenzie wasn't quite far enough along to catch that. And it's going to be back to the defensive zone for the Mountaineers. Something that has been said too much today, but we are still tied at 0 apiece. Brunetto has been playing lights out so far. Got to give her lots of credit for keeping her team in this game. Face off almost won by the Mountaineers, but it's going to be regained by Miami. That one's going to be sent well wide of the net. Got to get this one out. Got to get options. That one's going to go out, but it's going to go straight to the Miami player, and they're going to bring it right back into the zone. Drive it on in the net. That one's going to go all the way across. No one was home. As here comes the Mountaineers, they could have a rush chance. Couldn't quite get tape to tape on that one. That one's going to be dumped in. Pressure along the boards. Not quite tied up. It's going to be the Miami player coming loose with it. And then a nice bank play to get that one out. No one was quite able to catch up to it, though.
It's a nice little bank play for
West Virginia. And then a nice heads-up pass there. That's Crabb. She was able to grab that one, and then they're going to dump it in. O'Hagan's going to chase after that one. Nice pass. That's a hard pass by Miami right there, and they get into the West Virginia defensive zone. They're looking to set up, find some offense. They're going to play that one back to the middle and then back to the point. It's going to be a shot on net. That one hit a Miami player's skate. Is going to go all the way to the corner. Going to be regained by, nice play there. Fan on that one a little bit. That was number 6. Alyssa Craig, number 6. And then a breakout here. Here comes number 10. McKenna Kelly couldn't quite hold on to that one. She's back checking hard, trying to maintain possession. That one's going to be dumped to the corner. Miami's going to send it all the way around. It's going to come right back up, and the Mountaineers are going to send it back in. banked off the boards. Mountaineers try and gain some solid possession here as they've got some time and space. It's going to be dumped in. Got to get some more pressure on along the boards. There's too much standing and watching going on, but a shot there that's going to go wide. That's chased after by number 11, Robin Anderson. And then it's going to be sent around. That's number 6 down there behind the net. No one is home, but I like the heads-up idea right there.
That's the right idea there from Wayne Gretzky's office behind the net, looking for Prost out in the slot there. But just a little bit too much mustard on that, too hot to handle and too cold to hold. And unfortunately, the Mountaineers can't really capitalize that, and that's going to be a trip there behind the net. And I think that's going to be 94 for Miami going to the box here for 2.
Yeah, it's going to be a penalty there. Another penalty on the play, but this time we're going to have a West Virginia power play, so we always love that. Good opportunity here to get on the board.
That's going to be Annalise Heine going in the box for tripping the defenseman. So it's going to be the first time this Mountaineer power play is going to be flexed in the past 2 days. The first in this series. As West Virginia is going to have a good break in here, clean break in. Miss O'Hagan coming in, and Miami is going to just Amazon Prime that way down the ice.
Nice
going to get a
there.
clear. Yep.
West Virginia's got to regroup now. Survey their options, and now here they come out of their own defensive zone. Nice move there. They're going to leave that one. There's going to be a collision in the defensive zone. It's going to be played back. No time to waste here on this power play. It's going to be very important that they're able to keep the pressure on. They don't want to let Miami get any chances. They want to keep them in their defensive zone. Just got to find the right options out there. As that puck's going to go into the slot, but it's going to be batted away into the corner. And Miami's just going to be able to get that one out. Almost a nice keep in there by O'Donnell. She wasn't quite able to grab that one, though. It skipped over her stick. As that one's going to be called dead for a trip. As Miami now has 2 players in the box. West Virginia is going to have a brief 5-on-3, but then they'll go right back to the 5-on-4 in about 40 seconds, I believe. This is a prime opportunity for the Mountaineers here. This is the most critical part of the game. They've got to be able to capitalize on this.
Yeah, if you're West Virginia, you're definitely licking your chops here. A 2-man advantage here for the old gold and blue. I wonder if they're going to get to capitalize on this opportunity as the Mountaineers get a good offensive break. And a nice keep there by the defenseman, number 8. That's going to be Dara Payton.
That's a quality play right there. And then that was at number 25 who just sent that one on, and that was Lucy Hollinsworth. Nice play by her. The most important thing is you have to just put shots on net. Even if you don't think it's a worthwhile shot, anything on net, anything can happen, and it's just going to be important to make sure that, just like that, a face-off or a shot right off the face-off. Yeah, just right off the face-off there. It's going to be real important. Got to get those shots on net, and someone's going to be dumped down behind the net. Good speed by the Miami player. She looks like she's about to break that one out, and she does. And then more speed here. Breaking in through the zone, and a nice grab there. Really quality glove there by Brunetto. She looks very comfortable in net tonight.
That she does. It's a great offensive chance there for the Miami Redhawks coming in. Almost like they were on 5-on-5. You wouldn't have thought that they were 5-on-3 there. She just basically walked right through the West Virginia line there, and she had a good quality shot. If the keeper wasn't there, that would have gone top cheddar right on the right side.
100%. But that's why we have Corrine Brunetto in net for us. Kept us in this game. Made some really key saves, and the Mountaineers, Miami is about to get 1 player out of the box, but Mountaineers are still going to have about another minute with the 5-on-4.
That's a good idea.
And there's going to be another penalty on Miami, and that one off the Miami goaltender. The ref's arm is up.
Delay penalty.
There's a delayed penalty. Brunetto's just now heading to the bench.
Now you have 6 players on the ice. Get a good
That
shot.
one's going to be loose. And the Miami player's going to grab that one.
There it is.
And we are going to go back to a 5-on-3.
It's going to be a little bit more extended now, considering that you had a good chunk of that second power play, and now you commit a third one there. So you go back to the 5-on-3. If you're West Virginia, you're definitely licking your chops here. You got to love the chances that West Virginia is sort of getting for themselves. And I think I don't know where the face-off is going to be. It's going to be inside the zone.
It sure is, yeah.
To the right side.
I believe the call on that play was a cross-check.
I think you're right.
But regardless,
Mountaineers are going to take it.
Take them and don't ask questions, as the only question you should be asking is, can we score a goal? And I know the answer to it. Yes, they can. They're going to get that one up to the point. That's Hollingsworth that's calling for it. That one went off the heel of her stick. They're going to whip that one back around. It's going to go up. They're going to put that one on net. That one went off the post. You could hear it from a mile away. Frustrating play right there. Hollingsworth is going to put one on net, and that one's going to go up into the pads, and it's loose. They're jabbing at it. No whistle yet.
Gotta love the effort there from West Virginia. Getting in deep. I mean, you're getting quality shots. You're moving the puck like you haven't tonight, honestly. You're moving the puck extremely well. So these girls are talented. They know exactly how to move the puck around. It's just a question of can they get the puck past the goalkeeper?
Yep.
And she seems to be talking to the referee here. I don't know if she's shaken up on the play or not. But regardless, West Virginia up on men right now. 2-man advantage here in the second. 8:46 left in the second period. So gotta love the chances West Virginia has been given. As center is going to take it back. It's going to be a 1 face-off from West Virginia.
Nice job there. Hollingsworth's got an opportunity. That one went wide. And then it's loose in front of the net. And that one's going to get scooped up by the Miami player. She's going to take that one all the way up. That's, once again, number 4, Paige Mellicant. She's going to take a tumble there, but no referee's arm is up on the play. It's just going to be covered up there by Brunetto.
I think that's a missed call, honestly. You had a lane there. You basically had the right of way. If you get your stick anywhere close to the player's feet and you make contact and they trip, that's textbook tripping there, and that's exactly what happened there.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think it was more come up with a lot of speed. I didn't see a lost edge or anything like that. I do agree it was a bit of a missed call, but referees are going to let them play regardless. And the Mountaineers are back just to a 5-on-4. And there's, once again, the referee's arm goes up hesitantly after the Miami coach got on him about the call.
It's going to be a rough on West Virginia. Number 8's going to the box. That's Dara Payton going to the box. He's going to say a rough. So it's going to be 4-on-4 for a little bit, and it's in the offensive zone for Miami, Ohio. So definitely a prime opportunity for the Red Hawks if they want to get on the board here in the second period.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's a tough penalty to take. You had some great opportunities, but here we go. They're going to dump that one in. We've got 4-on-4 hockey. Miami's going to keep possession of this one. They're going to put that one to the corner, but a good stick in the lane there by O'Donnell. And then another good stick to break up that pass. That's number 89, Gwen Labert. As Miami's going to take that one in at number 10, Ella Gahan. And that one's going to be covered up and then jabbed at after it was covered by the Miami player. But Brunetto holds on, no problem there.
Yeah, at that point, if you're Brunetto, you've got to slow down the play.
Yeah.
You've had too many penalties right now. You've got to cut them down. You have to go back to a disciplined style of hockey. And now, I mean, it's okay right now. You're even strength, technically, 4-on-4. But in a few short moments, that's not going to be the case, and you're going to be on the penalty kill.
Yeah, 100%. And 4-on-4 can have its benefits, too. It can open up the ice a little bit more, give you some more passing lanes. But regardless, Miami is going to go back to full strength before West Virginia is, even if just for a brief period of time, and that's not something that the Mountaineers want to have to deal with. That one's going to be dropped off behind the net for Anna Zahoran. She's going to put that one in front. It's going to be blocked off. Tight angle shot by Brunetto, and that one's not going to quite escape. Now it will. Nice stick in the lane there. That's number 11, Robin Anderson. It's going to be taken right back into the zone, though, by Miami. They're looking to find options. That's number 16, once again, Anna Zahoran. She's going to bring that one once again behind the net. Look for an opportunity in front, but it's going to be broken up by the West Virginia player. Now scooped up by number 11, Delaney Burke. Pass back up to the point. Pass to the other side, looking for a shot on net, and swallowed up there by Brunetto. Nice rebound control there. Let nothing go by her.
And you got to love the in front of the net presence from Miami, Ohio. I think that is number 6, Alyssa Craig, and one more. I didn't get the number of it. Might have been number 11, Delaney Burke.
Yeah,
in front of there, trying to bat down the puck to get the puck back in the net. But now the Redhawks find themselves on the power play.
Oh, tumble there in front of the Miami bench by the Miami player. Looked to be some words said, but regardless, West Virginia's back in their own defensive zone again. They're going to look to rim that one out, and it's going to stay in the zone, but then it's going to get passed right back out. It's going to be scooped up there by number 18. That's Sophia Zarelli. And it's going to be flipped out as the Mountaineer penalty is almost over. But here's McKenzie. Nice move by McKenzie. In on net. And wow, what a tumble there. The Miami goaltender lost her glove, and then there was a dog pile on McKenzie on that play.
Seems to be some recipes exchanged there between McKenna and the goalkeeper for the Redhawks. But yeah, you gotta love that home run pass. That's one of those that don't really work very often, but it worked then. So
it sure did.
You get a one-on-one opportunity there with the with one defender and the goalkeeper, and you're pretty much there all alone. And now the Mountaineers find themselves full strength.
And a nice face-off win there. That one caught a sticker. It was just bobbled there by the Miami goaltender. Nice pinch there. Couldn't quite keep that one in. Now they've got to hurry back. They've got a 2-on-1. Lost in the feet there, and then the West Virginia defenseman's going to be able to get back. Nice play there. They're going to get that one out, and there's going to be another penalty in Miami.
Oh, my.
That's a right call. That's going to be along the boards and a check into it.
I wonder if that's going to be a rough, maybe.
It's either going to be roughing or boarding. My best guess is a rough or a cross check. Boarding doesn't seem like the right call. Regardless,
they're going to have a discussion here, so I think they're asking the same questions we are, Andrew.
I definitely say you're right. They're having a quick chat about it. But regardless, it should go to the Miami. It should go to the offensive zone for West Virginia. See what the ref signals. He's going to lean into the box.
It's going to be Sam Hoffer going into the box for 2, or
yeah, it's going to head down. West Mountaineers are going to have an offensive zone face-off. Going to be important to.
I'm not sure. The stat broadcast hasn't updated just yet.
Usually our iPad crew comes in about a minute after the penalty, and they'll get that one put in. Big face-off here. It's going to be won by the Mountaineers. They're going to put that one back to the point. Hold on to it for a second. Put that one back along the boards. Holding, surveying the options up to Hollingsworth. And that one's loose, very loose in front of the net, and they score!
And that's exactly what you want to do. I was about to say, this power play looks a lot slower, a lot calmer, a lot more composed. That's exactly what happened. What happened right after that? You get a chance right in front of the net. There's someone home, and she puts it right in the back of the net. That's exactly what you need if you're the West Virginia Mountaineers.
Yeah, that's a fantastic play. You have to be able to capitalize on the goaltender and the rebound that she gave up. And regardless, even if you think it's a weak shot that's put on net, if there's a rebound to be taken, then you're going to put that away, no questions asked. That's a fantastic heads-up play. We always called it taking out the trash. As the puck is loose in front of the net, you take out the trash, you put it in the net. Really solid play there as the Mountaineers are up 1-0 with 5:32 left to play in our second period.
Still don't know what that penalty was.
It got announced right as we got the goal. I have a feeling that we won't be hearing about it. We'll have to wait for our stat sheet to be updated. As referees are exchanging some words with the players there. And we're dropping the puck as the Mountaineers hold a 1-0 lead. This is what they need to continue to build off of now. They know what they have to do, and it's like, you know what we said in our pregame, put shots on net. You have to, because then you can capitalize on the rebounds.
Yeah, the penalty earlier was Sam Hoffer for roughing, so when chances are given to you, you've got to capitalize on it, and that's what happened.
Yeah,
West
100%.
Virginia looks a lot more composed, a lot cooler, so gotta capitalize on those.
Puck hit a player there. It's going to bounce to the back of the net. Miami's going to hold that one behind the net, try and look for a pass to the slot. Couldn't quite get that one to go. West Virginia's going to now break it out. That's number 8, Dara Patton, holding that puck, and then it's going to be passed up to Kelly. She's going to rip one on net. That one's going to go wide and behind the net. Going to be scooped up by Quinn there. Nice play from her behind the net. It's going to be loose in front. Couldn't quite get that one through. No one was home. It's going to be Patton now holding the puck. She's going to put another one on net. It's going to be snagged there by the Miami goaltender.
That's the right idea from Patton, getting a shot in from long range. Didn't really have many opportunities. You look left, you look right. You didn't really get anything there. You had no passing lanes. So getting, you had pretty much no chances there to have a pass there. So you throw one at the net, and it was almost on net. It was a little off to the right, but now it leads to a West Virginia face-off here in the offensive zone, as the Miami Redhawks enter the offensive zone for West Virginia.
That one's going to be put along the boards, dumped in. It should be a icing call. Yep, referee makes no mistake of that. It's going to be dumped on in, and it's going to go back to the West Virginia defensive zone. As we have just over 4 minutes left in the period. And for our fans that aren't quite sure about what happened in between this period and the next, since there's no ice cut, there's a 2-minute break, and then we go straight back into third period action. So it definitely makes the third period a little hard on the players out there, because they just don't get a whole lot of rest. You know, it's a good time to regroup, but by that second or third shift in the third period, you are gassed. So the third period can really come down to who's got more energy left in the tank.
That and the ice is already scuffed up.
Exactly, yeah, the ice being scuffed up can definitely pose some issues as well, but regardless of that, West Virginia's going to look to break out. Nice pass right there.
That's what you like to see. She didn't really panic at that moment. She surveyed the ice rather slowly, but if that's all it takes, then you got a good pass, and what happens? You now make a really good break into the offensive zone.
Yep, 100%. That one's gonna go off a stick, or that one's gonna go off the shin pad, pardon me, of the West Virginia player. It's gonna go all the way into the Miami zone, but they're gonna hit that one along the board. It's gonna be kept in nicely by the Miami player, and then it's gonna be put into the corner.
I would have said you let that one go.
Yeah, it depends on what you're looking for. You might not have known that it was going to be an icing, might not have had enough puck speed on it, but regardless, it's going to be held. And then it's going to be 21. That's O'Hagan right there. She's looking to dump that one into the zone. And then a nice pass there. That's going to be up to the Miami player. That one's going to go well wide of the net, but it's loose, and it's in the feet of the slot, and they're going to try and chip that one out. It's not going to quite go out, but they're going to have a chance to regroup, find the structure again. Watch that backdoor pass. Scooped up by number 12. It's loose in front of the net. And we have a whistle blown. There is no goal on the play.
That is an incredible play from Barreto. I don't think she knew exactly where that was. I can tell you this much. I didn't know where that was. I saw it very loosely.
I was going to say, I saw her hugging the post, and then I saw right between the legs, which was concerning. I thought it was going to get knocked in, but regardless, Barreto pounces on that puck, makes sure that one doesn't go in, and she gets the whistle from the referee. Stoppage in play, let everyone regroup, catch their breath, and then get back into it.
Yeah, the Mounties are going to take it here. Definitely, I don't exactly know. I didn't get a good angle of that, so I can't tell you if it went in or not. We don't exactly have a replay booth here, but regardless, the Mounties are going to take it.
It's going to be scooped up along the boards. once again, Miami just holds really good offensive zone possession. They're really good at keeping pressure on the Mountaineers, but in the defensive zone, the Mountaineers have been able to take advantage of their lapses by them getting caught with only one defender back there. Maybe it's a bad pinch by your defensive partner, and it leads to a chance like that. It's something that the Mountaineers can definitely keep an eye on. That one's going to be rimmed around, look to be held in, not quite. Never mind. Nope, it's still in the zone, but now it's going to trickle out as that's going to be O'Donnell. She's going to pounce on that one, bring that one into the offensive zone. Little bank pass to herself, couldn't quite catch up to that one, and then it's going to trickle all the way around. That one's going to go all the way down. It's going to be a foot race for it, so you can get there first. It's going to be the Mountaineers. And that's going to be Quirin. Grabbed that one, couldn't quite keep it. Bank pass into the defensive zone. And then Brunetto's going to put that one to the side with their stick, and then it's going to be rimmed all the way back around. Miami, chasing it hard. Put in the slot, and no one was home. A couple whiffs on it. And then another one.
Oh.
That was number 1, Sam Hofer, that couldn't quite keep the stick on that one. Another shot gone wide for Miami. Put on net, sharp angle shot. I think that one hit off the blocker of Brunetto. Mountaineers hemmed in their own zone right now. They've got to get this puck out as it's very loose in front of the net. Nice job. Decisive play by Brunetto there to pounce on that one, get a stoppage in play.
Yeah, Brunetto looked like a cat there. She found it and she just dove on it. That's exactly what you need to do if you're a goalkeeper. You can't allow any rebounds there. You had a Red Hawk to your left and to your right. If you didn't pounce on it then, they might have gotten to it and they might have tied the game up here with 43 seconds remaining in the in the second period.
That's not what the Mountaineers want. They want to go into the third period with the 1-goal lead and then look to build off of it. You know, like I said, they don't have a whole lot of time, but you know those 2 minutes, catch your breath, regroup a little bit as a team, talk about what you need to do, and then get on top of it. As we have less than 30 seconds left, Miami's going to hold it in their own zone, battling for it. It's right on the side of the net, and then it's going to be scooped up, look to be played up to number 11. There we go. That one's going to head on out, and an errant pass right there. Didn't quite have the head up, and then a nice pickup there. That's number 11 once again, Robin Anderson. She's been very noticeable this period in breaking up plays. Put up along the boards right there. It's going to be scooped up by Miami. There's 2 seconds left in the period, and that will do it for the second period. Mountaineers 1, Miami 0. What are you looking for in this quick 2-minute brief 2-minute pause that we have? We're not going to go on a little break or anything. So what are you looking for out of this third period?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of improvement in between the first period and the second period. The Mountaineers seem to be a lot cooler, a lot more collected.
Yep.
They know how they've sort of shown us how they survey the ice. They have a lot more time than they once expect. They have more options rather than just poking the puck away or throwing the puck in the middle of the ice where it could lead to a turnover. They're actually looking for teammates up the ice, and they're making offensive chances. They're doing, much better than they were in the first period here in the second, and that's what I'm looking forward to here in the third. You had a lot of penalties there in the second period. From how I'm counting, that's 5 penalties total, 4 for the Red Hawks here in the second period alone. That's the first time this Mountaineer power play has been effective here in the past 2 nights against the Red Hawks team. So I'm excited to see how this offense can develop and maybe put another on the board here. But you can't overlook your defense.
Yeah.
You can't overlook that in the slightest. You have to get that pretty much. You have to lock that down. And Brunetto, credit to her. She's doing everything she can. She's absolutely standing on her head in the crease there. So cannot be mad about that.
Yeah, 100%. It's going to be real important. I want this to be a clean third period for the Mountaineers. If you can draw a couple penalties, that's beautiful. Then we can go on the power play, hopefully grab a power play goal. But you don't want to be the person that's committing the penalties and putting your team behind in a close 1-goal game in the third period. That is going to be so critical to stay out of the box for this third and final period.
Yes,
Brunetto they need to keep protecting Brunetto in front of the net. She has fantastic rebound control and is fantastic at putting the pucks to the corners to kind of avoid some of the pressure. but they need to make sure that they're getting the pucks out of the zone quicker. They can't just keep letting the Miami forwards keep them hemmed in their own defensive zone. That's been something that's been happening too much, and sooner or later, if that's going to keep continuing, there will be a goal against, and that's not what we want out there tonight. So as we're coming up to puck drop, players are getting hyped, fans are getting hyped. We're about to start this third period, and here we go. Face-off won by the Mountaineers there. It's going to be chased after by the Miami forward, and it's going to be picked up by Mackenzie. Nice pass to herself. Hard play along the boards there. It's going to be scooped up by number 6. That's going to be Alyssa Craig, and brought all the way back to the other side, and then chipped out, but a nice keep there off the shin pad. But regardless, it's going to be kicked out again by the Miami player. That's number 11, bringing it in the zone, Delaney Burke. Chance there went wide for Miami. They're going to wrap it around. That hit a player, didn't catch any net on that one. And a nice play there. Couldn't quite catch up to it, but a nice initial play by Mackenzie there to try and get that one out. Once again, just like we said, it's just going to be real important to be able to get this puck out quickly, and a nice pass like that is how it all starts. Dump that one in. It's going to go all the way down. No icing on that play, as O'Hagan's going to be the lone forechecker. She's now going to head off for a change, as here comes Miami on the rush. Good speed through the neutrals, and that's number 10, Ella Goggin. And that's going to be the pass to the net. It's going to go nowhere. Nice nifty move there. Here come the Mountaineers. They've got numbers. That one went wide of the net. It's going to be LeBert playing that one back to O'Donnell. Didn't quite get to her. That one's going to be dumped in by number 12, Abby Sella. High up along the board. It's going to be called for a stoppage. I believe that one tipped the netting.
Yeah, they're going to say it went out of play. But I want to go back to the play here in the offensive zone for the Mountaineers. You go in extremely fast and you take a shot, and it leads to a turnover on the puck there. I think if you take a second to breathe, you look at your options there, you take a look behind, see if you got a defenseman behind you, and take a look at your left hand or your right side, it would be, see if there's any open players, and at the last opportunity, that's when you can take a shot.
100% agree. Just that play right there, nice swallowed up play by Brunetto. Once again, just got to compliment her rebound control. It's truly fantastic. It's rare to see a goaltender be able to handle this many shots while still maintaining such good rebound control. And Brunetto is defying that right now. Standing on her head for her team right now, as that one's going to be taken out by the Mountaineers. They've got numbers here. Shot on net. Bouncing puck swallowed up. That was CJ Lindemann, number 32, the goaltender for Miami.
That's kind of what I mean. When you enter the zone, I know you're sort of in the middle there. You kind of want to look and see if you've got help. You have teammates around you.
Yep.
I think you had another shot there. You could have dropped it to a defenseman that was here on the blue line and moved the puck around the blue line and get it up in the zone. But definitely not a bad shot.
No, not at all. I mean, it's kind of one of those things where if you feel like you have the rush chance, you just want to try and continue to capitalize on that. If you feel that you're being pressured, that's when you can definitely slow the play down. Western Union's got a tag up here as they are still called for the delayed offsides. Now they're able to enter the zone again. Nice stretch pass there. That's going to be number 15 carrying the puck for Miami, Grace Ulrich. That one's going to come out of the zone. Miami's going to have to regroup. Held there in the neutral zone. It's going to be a bank pass. That one's going to be covered up by Brunetto. Nice job by her. It was loose in front of the net.
Yeah, I mean, I want to go back to the earlier play here at the point here. You had a miscue from the Red Hawks, a missed drop pass, and I believe it was number 7, Miss Toledo over there, and I guess she just didn't pounce on the puck quick enough. She sort of looked at it, a lot of standing, not doing. So I think that's something you got to work on if you're West Virginia.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough play. It's hard. Oh, nice job. That one, I couldn't tell if that one was going wide or not, but oh, here we go. We've got a breakaway from Mackenzie. Here she comes, all alone, and a save there. What a save. My goodness. Fantastic save all alone by Lindemann.
I don't know how that happened. Honestly, I wish I could tell you.
I think it was the product of a change, and then Mackenzie was able to just be caught all alone in front of everyone else. But regardless,
it's a great heads-up pass.
Great heads-up pass. To be able to see that play, it's not something that you see very often. Nice play there. Just couldn't quite capitalize on it. Just under 17 minutes, that was going to be whacked at. And then an early whistle there. The puck was not covered up at all.
At that point in time, probably the referee either just lost sight of it.
Far side referee should not be making that call. He had no angle on that play.
No, absolutely not. Honestly, I think West Virginia got a little hosed on that one. But it leads to an offensive zone faceoff.
Mackenzie battling forward along the board. It's going to squirt into the slot. And then it's going to be attempt to keep it in there. Nice job by O'Hagan. Back along the boards. Right in front. Try and look for an outlet in front of the net. Nice job to keep that one in the zone.
Good
nice
pass.
flip to O'Donnell. That's a smart heads-up play. Shoot that one, and it's going to be gloved by Lindemann.
Great playing all around, honestly. You get the puck back up to the point here. And I think that was number 8, Adara Payton up here at the point. And you had a good backhand pass over here. I would have liked it to have been a little crisper on the ice, but you still got it through.
Yeah, regardless, a flip pass like that, it might not always be the best idea. Oh, nice.
My.
One thing that they need to do, though, again, is just if they can keep winning these faceoffs and even back to the point, they have had 2 clear shooting lanes on these past 2 plays. It's something that they can definitely capitalize on. That one's going to be controlled by Miami off the faceoff. They're going to look to get that one out into the skates. But then it's going to be regained there by West Virginia. There's number 89, Gwen Lebert, carrying that one in, going to dump that one in. Nice keep in there. Put a shot on net. That should be should have been a trip, but,
I think that was clean. What wasn't exactly clean was that pass there. She was looking for the man in the slot there, but just barely went behind.
That one's going to be gained there by Miami. Attempted dump in there, but it's going to be gained. Anderson fighting for it along the boards, though. She's been a really, really nice presence. Robin Anderson, number 11, along the boards. She's very strong along in that area, and she's helped West Virginia keep some pucks in as well as tie some people up along the other end. Really a nice game by her with her two-way game. That was going to be dumped in by the Miami forward. She's going to head to the front of the net, look for an opportunity. But here's Robin Anderson again. She's going to look for that outlet pass, getting hemmed in along the boards there. And then that one's going to be sent in.
That's going to be icing.
And that will not be icing because it hit, not Collinsworth, Lindemann. And then Miami is going to grab that one. It's going to go through the legs of 2 players. It's going to be a race for it behind the net. It's going to be scooped up by number 16 for Miami, Anna Zahoran. Now it's going to be grabbed by number 8 for the Mountaineers, Dara Patton. Once again, now grabbed behind the net, looking for the outlet pass. Sharp angle shot, no good on that one. Got to get this one out, but it's going to be kept in by the Miami defenseman. Nice play there. Decisiveness. That one's going to be blocked along the boards. Allowed Miami to grab that one again. Try and spring the rush. Just hopped over the stick. Unfortunate play right there. West Virginia can gain some time right here on the delayed offsides call, but that's going to be a nice play there by number 12. That was Bella Tilabi. And now it's going to be hemmed in along the boards once again. Mountaineers are getting stuck behind the net, and just these breakouts aren't working for them. Another breakout pass went awry. It's going to be sent to the slot, and a nice save. Great save right there by Brunetto. That's a grade A chance for Miami.
You got to like the chance that Miami made for themselves, going deep and then finding a man in the slot. Great shot, great pass, great save from the Mountaineers. And I think the Mountaineers are going to take that.
Yeah, you definitely got to thank your goalie for all these saves that she has made for this team. But regardless, Mountaineers need to get this puck out of the zone, as it's going to be left in the slot right there, scooped up and broken out of the zone. Got some tired Mountaineers. Just going to be a 1 into the offensive zone, as there's going to be delayed offsides. Never mind, pardon me, a penalty. That's going to be a tripping.
Yeah, I think it happened back here.
It sure did.
It wasn't on Quinn, but Quinn drew the penalty, but it's going to be 9-6 going into the box.
Correct.
And I'm going to look on the here on the handy dandy thing. That's going to be Aisha Roberts going into the box. That's going to be tripping all day. I was actually kind of curious because it happened behind the play, and initially the ref's arm didn't go up.
Yeah, it was the back ref's arm that went up, and then they both were in agreement on the play. Once again, it's hard to have only having 2 refs. You've got only so many set of eyes to check out what's going on and survey the whole 200 foot of the ice. That one's going to be scooped up behind the net. Miami's going to get a clear, and then they're going to get hemmed in their own zone. Got to watch that slot opportunity right there.
And no one is home. You Amazon Prime it the other way. It must have been just an errant pass. I'm not exactly sure. Shouldn't even take time to look at if there's anyone home there. It just seemed like she just threw it there willy-nilly, and if you're West Virginia, you kind of can't do that.
It's definitely a tough play. When you're hemmed in the zone, you just kind of want to do everything that you can to get the puck out, but when you're on the power play, that's not something that you can you cannot afford to do that. Really nice play here. Here comes McKenzie with speed up the wall. Pass to the slot. That one's going to get tied up. Good stick in the lane by the Miami player. Got to make sure they can try and keep this one in, as that one's going to go through the legs. Tried to pinch it along the boards, but couldn't quite make it, as O'Donnell's going to be the one to come scoop this puck up.
Great solid pass from McConnell here.
That one's going to get turned over there. And then a confident play there by Brunetto. Get that stick in there.
Extremely aggressive there from Brunetto. Turns into a West Virginia turnover.
Keep that one in, as O'Donnell does. And then a nice pass right into the slot.
Right in the glove. You gotta like that though. You gotta like getting the puck from the back corner up into the slot. Pretty much all alone was Mrs. Crabb out there, in the slot. But I think she just either was trying to handle the puck a little bit, trying to bat it down so you can get the flat end of the puck on the ice, and you can get a solid shot in. I think she just had to do what she had to do.
Yeah, like you said, the bouncing puck definitely makes it difficult. I mean, when you're already that close, it's hard to lift the puck off the ground, and then when you've got it bouncing on your stick like that, 10 times harder right there. A really nice heads-up play there, as that one's going to be loose in front of the net and then covered up by Lindemann.
Kind of a late whistle, too. I don't know what to do there, really. The Miami goalkeeper, Linderman, had it pretty much the entire time. She had it for a good maybe 2 or 3 seconds, and then the whistle was blown. So very inconsistent refereeing here tonight.
Clapper right there from the point. Solid block by the Miami player. Now they've got to get back. They could have numbers. It's just number 8, Dara Patton right there, but a nice play there. Good stick to block that one, and then they can find a chance on the turn.
It's going to be Patton down low, fighting for the puck in the corner, trying to find someone, and she does. Maybe
nice
she
job
does,
right there. Find that one in the middle. Get your legs underneath you. Blocker it into the middle. Couldn't quite jump on that rebound. Here comes Miami. They've got quick skater coming up the ice. That's number 16, Anna Zahoran. Held with, and then a nice stick right there, bringing it up the lane. They could have a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Nice pass there. Oh, just in front. Couldn't quite make it, but they can still hem him in. Nice job there. Block that one along the boards. Tie it up and then wait for the reinforcements. They've got to get another player in there to help grab that puck. That one's going to be held and brought behind the net by the Miami defenseman, and then they're going to ring that one around the boards, but that's going to be an easy interception there for the Mountaineers. Another board battle along the opposite side. Picked up there, led in the slot, but it was too slow and bouncing. Here comes Miami, that's number 9, Claudia Getwig, and then passed off to number 13, back up to through pass to number 9, but it was too far in front of her. That one's going to be left at the feet, and then they're going to look for the through pass. Couldn't quite grab that one.
That's going to be offsides, yep.
Yep.
Yeah, you had, I think that was 13, Ella Shum coming back through the zone. She was trying her best, but her teammate just barely touched the puck as it came back into the zone. So that's going to be called offsides every single time.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. We have less than just coming up to the 9-minute mark of this third and final period. West Virginia still holding a 1-0 lead, as that one's also going to be ruled offsides by about 5 feet. Couldn't quite escape the zone on that one. You always know when you're offsides, and then you're like, oh, shoot, and then it's too late, and then you're caught offsides.
It happens all too often.
It sure does.
You're on a break-in, and it just happens like that. It happens in a blink of an eye, and it just seems like you can't do enough, and it just comes back, and you're back in the neutral zone.
That one's going to be taken through the neutral zone. Shot from Miami. That one's going to be blockered away by Brunetto. Then right back out. They've got the opportunity. The stretch pass to McKenzie. Here she comes. It's a one-on-one. Nice move with speed. Got caught up too right there, but it's going to be a penalty. Nice job by her to draw that one.
It's going to be a penalty shot. Penalty shot's going to be a hook. I think it's going to be McKenzie on the penalty shot. I think it's going to be a hook. Either that or
I think it's going to be. I think it's a normal penalty.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's a penalty shot because there was a one-on-one plus a one-man chasing McKenzie back. But regardless, it's going to be another power play for the Mountaineers.
The back referee sort of motioned the penalty shot sort of sign there, and I thought that's what it was, and it looked to be a little bit. I guess the back referee disagreed with that.
That one's going to be won by the Miami defenseman. It's going to get not go out. West Virginia holds possession now. Pass it up to Patton. She's going to put that to the bumper and then put on net. Couldn't quite get that one there. Another shot on net. That hits off a Mountaineer right there, and then it's going to be skated out by Miami. That's going to be regrouped and taken by Patton. She's going to hold that one, put a little bank pass for her teammate. That's number 27, Querin. Oh, my goodness. I've been talking too much, I think. And that's going to be put back out to the neutral zone. They're going to regroup. Nice backhand pass to LeBert. She's going to dump that one in. Now they've got to get numbers in. They've got to get pressure on them. That one's held in momentarily, but then a nice steal there by the one and only Paige Mellicant. She's going to be on a breakaway. Stick tied up. There's going to be a penalty.
Yep. That's going to be a penalty shot. That's a penalty shot. It should be, I think. Mellicant was basically one-on-one. She was all alone, and you had two defenders come on in and sort of hook her every single time. And
we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens here. It should be a penalty shot for the Red Hawks.
It doesn't look like it. We've got people going down. There will be no penalty shot.
That's, I mean,
I cannot comment on this because I'm not. I essentially only know when it's a strict one-on-one type play. I don't know if we can consider that like a true breakaway. That's about as close as it'll get, but I cannot confidently commentate on whether or not something is a penalty shot or not. Regardless, we're going to have a little 4-on-4, and then Miami's going to go to the power play. Nice job there by Brunetto to stick out her pad. That's a tough one. Then that one's going to find a stick, and then it's going to get blocked. Miami's going to hold that one to the point. That's number 91 taking a shot on net. That's going to be blocked. And then here comes McKenzie once again. Dump and chase for herself. Whack at that one along the boards. It's going to be put down in. West Virginia's got some fresh legs on the ice, and that's a goal!
Wow. That's a great goal from number 77, Kylie Crabb. I believe that might be her second of the night, actually. I'm not exactly sure if who scored the last. No, it is not her second of the night, but still, she found herself in the slot all alone, and she put herself right in the best position to be in. And now the Mountaineers are going to go to the penalty kill at the end of this, and the Red Hawks goaltender is going to take a few laps, sort of compose herself, get all the emotions out. I know exactly how that feels. As her defenseman, I think, is going to talk to her a little bit, give her some words of encouragement. I think she definitely needs that. It's a hard job in between the pipes.
100%. And regardless, there has been some fantastic goaltending on both sides today, and that's something that I always give credit to is, in a 2-0 game, it's a really close game, especially with the amount of shots that each goaltender has faced. It's definitely been a strong game for both, but we're getting down to the final minutes. Pardon me. We're coming up on the final 6 minutes of this game as West Virginia's got to kill off this penalty, and then they'll be back to full strength, but this 2-0 lead has got to feel good for them. They did everything right on that play, making sure that they're in the slot and able to a little tie-up along the boards there. Miami player went down, but no call on that one. As I was saying, just a really strong play. You have that strong net front presence, and you get a perfect pass to the slot.
Good little defensive move there in the corner.
Brought down behind them. Yeah, like you said, brought down behind the net. That one's going to be scooped up back there and then brought to the point by Miami. They're going to look to pass that one back down, and then a stick in the lane. That's going to break up that pass. Got to get pressure on that point, though. Can't let him get too much space. That one's going to get broken up as well. And then a shot also hit a stick and then fanned on a couple times. Still loose in front of the net. And grabbed that one with a hand, dropped it back down. Little fumbly right now, but West Virginia's so close in and out, but then it gets whipped right back in. Now regained by West Virginia. They're going to try and bank that one. It's going to be turned over. Puck going along the opposite side. That's number 4, Paige Mellicant, looking to find opportunities and swallowed up. No rebound by Brunetto.
Yeah, Mellicant kind of didn't have many options there. She went pretty much behind the net, doing everything she can to get some sort of offensive chance there for the Red Hawks, and she did everything she could. And credit to Brunetto. She did everything she could to defend the net, and she did exactly that. But you have to credit Mellicant for doing, honestly, everything she could to manufacture some offense here in this sort of stale Red Hawks offense.
Yeah, 100% agree with you. Mellicant has just been, minus our 2 goal scorers for West Virginia, Mellicant has just been the most standout player on the ice. She's here, there, and everywhere. I mean, she's got great speed. She controls the puck well. She creates offense, but she's also got a nice shot. She's had quite a few shots on net this game, and Miami is doing just a really nice job being able to hem West Virginia in the own zone. But when you have Corrine Brunetto in net, I mean, what more can you do? That one's going to trickle out. It's going to be scooped up by number 91 for Miami, as they're going to leave that one. Errant pass, try to get that one in front of the net, and it's going to be loose, and then it's going to be scooped up. O'Donnell's looking to hold the zone. It's going to be left behind by the Miami player, and then now it's going to go out of the zone. Miami's going to regroup for a second. Bouncing pass, they're going to head off for a change as West Virginia's going to be able to hold this one. Got to find some speed through. They don't want to get stuck too far back, as West Virginia is now also going to head off for a change. Now that's number 22. That's Bella Tilabi bringing that one up the zone. That one gets blocked. She's going to rim that one down along the boards, but it's going to be intercepted by the Mountaineer, and now it's going to trickle out. There was a crashing Kelly on the play, but wasn't quite able to snag that one. That one's going to get sent out, but then regain possession for the Mountaineers. And now here comes Miami along the board. That one's going to get left behind, looking for options. Put in front of the net, no one was home. And survey the options, and a nice breakout pass right there. A little bit of a big touch right there, but nothing more you can really do in that play. You're really just trying to kill time off the clock. Come the final 2.5-ish minutes of this period, we should keep an eye on Lindemann, as we could see her make a mad dash for the boards, and a hard hit there. That's going to be a lost stick. That's Anderson. That's That's going to be a penalty.
I think it's going to be a rough. Anderson lost her glove and her stick at the same time. It looked to me like a clean hit, but it just looked a little bit dramatic because of the lost glove. But I guess the West Virginia Mountaineers are going to take it. Now it's 5-on-4, and I believe it's going to be a face-off in the zone.
Correct. Well, and that's the thing is, that is the last thing that Miami wants to do in a situation like this. When you only have 3 minutes left of a game and you're on the penalty kill for the last 2 minutes of the game, leaving you only 1 minute at even strength,
at this point, I feel like if you're Miami, Ohio, you have to pull the goalie at some point to be on even strength.
Oh, nice heads-up play there. Mackenzie was looking for the tip on there. That one just went wide. It's going to be played back up to the point to O'Donnell. She's going to whip that one to number 17.
Got to get back.
That's Sydney Hewitt. They're going to regain possession still. Put that one on net, blocked, and then another shot blocked. Nothing's getting on net. Nice blocks by Miami. That one's going to be picked up again by Hewitt. Played over to Crabb. She's going to look to get that one in as they gain possession of the zone. She's got time and space. She's going to put a shot on net. And that one's going to be put all the way down as Miami's going to get a much-needed clear. They're going to have number 9, Claudia Ketwig, on the forecheck here. That one's going to be rimmed around to O'Donnell. Looking to catch up to that one, but she cannot. That's going to be held in the zone by Anna Zahorin. And then bulldoze there.
Right through it, yeah.
Zahorin shows no mercy. Played over to number 91. She's going to kick that to her teammate. That was a little miscue. And then Miami's going to dump that one in. We are in the final 2 minutes of this game. That one's going to be played up to Mackenzie. Blocked pass, by the one and only Paige Mellicant, but it's going to be nice play over to Crabb. She's going to put that one on net, and it's going to be a nice pad save. It's still loose. There's no glove on the play, and now the whistle goes.
You got to like the chances West Virginia is making for themselves. There are some things that you'd like to see sort of patched up a little bit. I feel like there is some frenziness around. I feel like the players know that they're on the power play and they have to make some sort of chance happen, and that's making them think too fast. No, you have to think slow. You have to think sort of logically. You're sort of throwing pucks away and taking unnecessary shots when you can have a better pass or a better just open lane to someone else who has a better shot.
Yep. Agree with you 100%. It's just something that takes time. We've been in season for a while now, but team chemistry takes a while to build, and you get to know each player better and their play style. Who's your playmakers, who are your snipers on the ice, who are your two-way people, and you'll get to know each other better and better. But if I truly have been all season, it's unfortunate that I haven't gotten to watch the women's team play too much. They've been away for the last 3 weeks until this weekend, but I've really enjoyed watching them as we have 1 minute remaining in the period. But like I was saying, this women's team has just been really fun to watch, and truly they get better and better every single time I watch them play. Here comes Miami, though, number 11. That's Delaney Burke. She's going to look to take that one in on net all alone. That one's going to be played behind, looking for the pass in front. Nothing available for her. She's going to resurvey her options. Nobody home on that one. Errant pass is going to go all the way to the corner, then played back up to the point. Pressure by the Mountaineers. We have an empty net. Miami has 6 skaters out on the ice right now. They're going to look for a miracle here with 20 seconds left in the game. Surveying the options and a nice break out there. Miami's got to regroup. That's going to kill big time, and then it's going to be scooped up into the empty net, blocked.
9 seconds remain.
Just goes wide of the empty net. 3, 2, 1 left in the game. We have an injured Miami player on the ice, but that is going to do it for the game. West Virginia going to celebrate, give their goaltender the love that she deserves, and then they're going to head to the handshake line. Cue Country Roads.
Overall, a great performance from the Mountaineers today. You gotta like the chances that they've created for themselves. You like the improvement that you saw. It was a completely two different teams that played from the first period on, really. You saw them, as I said, more composed, more, they saw the ice better. You saw passes, you saw lanes. I think there are some things that you could have, done better in those situations. However, the improvement that you saw from the beginning of the game to the end of the game is astronomical. It is night and day. This is a good win for the West Virginia Mountaineers, and they should feel proud about themselves. They have pretty much took a massive step today, and hopefully they take it on for the rest of the season.
100% agree with you. It's always good to get a sweep in a weekend series with the same team. And like I said, it was a physical game, it was a scrappy game, but regardless, it was a really good game for both teams. And I got to give credit. How about Corrine Brunetto with the shutout today? That's just fantastic. But regardless of that, we are done with our duties for the day on the broadcast team. We thank you for joining us, our two Andrews in the broadcast booth, on behalf of the rest of our broadcast team. We will see you next time. Good night, everybody.